So what should we do to limit the development of scientific technology?
It's impossible to limit the development of scientific technology in today's society because it consists of different countries. And each and every country, not the United Nations, has control over what it can or cannot do. These countries are also competing. Such competition between countries, whether in economy, military, or anything else, comes down to science. As is the primary productive force. In the most unfortunate scenario, the competition may escalate to an actual war. For the fear of a total annihilation, in case of losing war, none of the countries will limit the development of their scientific research. I think unity is important if we want to limit the development of scientific technology. We're in universal government, which represents all the people of Earth, because there will be only one universal government. No institution will ever compete against it. It only stands for human benefits. So it's possible to limit the development of scientific technology through the power of a universal government.
Even if we manage to have a complete unity, as centuries pass by, it's likely to break again. So what if we were fragmented again?
You have a point here. Going through all the studies over the years, I think what you just asked now is the most difficult problem to solve. Neither unity nor separation lasts forever. A completely united society is also likely to break up. So, how can we solve this problem? I conducted my research from two aspects. First, the attitude towards scientific technology. If we manage to have unity in the future, I think we shall not only put strict limits on scientific technology, but also seal existing technologies, and especially those that pose any threat to human beings. Finally, they will be forgotten by us. If a united society breaks up again one day, it would take time to recover the development of scientific technology. And this process depends on humans' another awakening. To unite as a whole again, and repeat the same process again. Second, a series of schemes we design should be conducive to the lasting peace and stability of a united society. We human beings still have a long way to go. So we expect the unity to last as long as possible with little, if any, disruption in the future. But how? In my opinion, various respects including political, economic, military, cultural, and social schemes have been taken into consideration. As far as I'm concerned, a united society should be harmonious and friendly without much competition. Because people living in such a society feel at ease, which helps to keep the society stable. There is too much competition in our current society, and people feel anxious, and thus unity is unlikely to last. A harmonious and friendly society with less competition not only helps to maintain lasting peace and stability, but also enhances people's sense of happiness. As you can see, we have such fierce competition in today's society, even though there's relatively abundant material wealth. We hardly feel happy due to too much pressure. What's more, the kind of regime for our future society is also being thought of. Nowadays, each country has its own type of regime. I categorized all the existing regimes into two types. One is centralized. The other decentralized. I think it's hard to tell which one is better, since they both have advantages and shortcomings. For example, decentralized regimes are comparatively democratic and can ensure a balance between different parties, and thus are unlikely to cause autocracy. They also contribute to an orderly transfer of power. But they nonetheless have some defects, especially the slowness in implementation of ideas. Policies also change abruptly when governments change. Another hindrance to progress. Yet the pros and cons of centralized regimes are on the contrary. They are straightforward in execution, acting as soon as something is decided on, and there's better continuity in policies, since leaders in the new office are probably assigned by former leaders, or some of them may have participated in lots of work guided by former leaders. A major disadvantage of such regimes is the lack of balance between or among parties, and therefore is apt to cause autocracy. Besides, they fail to ensure a reasonable and orderly transfer of power. If there is a fatuous leader, it's hard to replace him/her. Yet, the political scheme I designed combines the strength of the two types altogether. Hopefully, my scheme with these considerations makes a feasible solution to the problem of disruption you mentioned.
Human beings have long been governed separately. Is it possible to realize a complete unity?
A complete unity involves interests of multiple groups. Sometimes, when I say humans should realize complete unity, my friends would jokingly reply, unless there were aliens invading, war is impossible. And I answer, yeah, you made a point here. As we all know, if we don't unite as whole and fight against the invaders together, we will be exterminated. It's the same situation we face now. If we don't unite and limit the development of scientific technology together, we will die out. The case of alien invaders looks much simpler and more straightforward. Without unity, or fighting together, we will be exterminated. We should do the same. In face of the unregulated development of scientific technology. But this calls for an in-depth consideration. Unlike the former straightforward case. So I urge people, it's high time we had an awakening move, so as to inform everyone around the world of this truth, especially to our elites. When everyone understands this, our elites in particular, possibly we will have complete unity.
You said you have had quite a few misunderstandings and obstacles over the years in your anthropological research, but your company still commits to studying scientific technology. Isn't it a paradox?
Humans are facing a serious crisis, an unprecedented one. That is our extinction. So sometimes I feel rather anxious. I think we humans need rescue. But who can rescue us? Only ourselves. And in this great cause, it's leaders of major powers who play the most significant role. When I published my first treatise, the Chinese version of Saving Humanity in mainland China in 2007, I took this opportunity to write an open letter to world leaders of major powers, including Chairman of China, Presidents of the US, and Russia, and so forth. This letter also serves as a foreword of the book. Since then, I wrote letters to respective leaders of numerous countries. I seized every opportunity to promote my argument. Later, I published other books and posted articles both online and offline in periodicals. I post my writings online in bilingual versions, in English and Chinese. And I lecture in universities and different institutions. As a member of CPPCC, I have quite a few acquaintances working in the same conference to whom I advocate my viewpoint whenever possible. As an entrepreneur, I know a lot of fellows in the business circle, and I also introduce my argument to them. I know a great many scientists and writers, whom I try to inform too. Because I think it matters a lot. But to tell you the truth, after so many years, my efforts have produced little, if any, effect. For a long time they said, "What a strange idea." And some people even look at it as a joke. Things have gotten better in recent years. With great advances made in scientific technology, especially the rapid progress of artificial intelligence, people have come to realize the potential harm of scientific technology on us. Meanwhile, I feel it's rather pressing. There's not enough time left for us. I'm anxious at times, for I have no idea what else I can do. I feel hopeless and helpless. Why have we turned to high-tech business now when we used to do things traditionally? Because if it's not me, then someone else must shoulder the responsibility to study scientific technology and its effects on humanity. If we can do better in this regard, if there is certain misfortune ahead, then maybe we can deal with it. That's all.